I'm not in control. My ego is an illusion, and it's not making any decisions. And that kind of brings some beautiful flavor to the process. Yeah. In an emotional state, let's say, like I'm feeling heartbroken or sad or something, I'll come and just like play some sad music, and it'll be like this release, and the lyrics will come out, and it'll just be like a stream of consciousness, and what needs to be said kind of just comes out. My name is Lewis, aka Meliflewis. I make music and I play the piano and have been on this journey since I was a little kid. From there, I just learnt classical music for a long time. Then getting a bit older, just discovering different music tastes and playing music with my brother. I'm a twin, so we have a very close connection, and we've always been doing music together. He was a big presence when I was making music and when we were making music. A friend of mine had already started learning guitar, and he said, all right, we got to start a band. And he basically said to me and my brother, all right, Lewis, you're on drums, Kieran, you're on bass. I remember the first band that we had, it's called The Assets. We taped the microphone to like a wooden pole in the garage, and that was our mic stand. The creative process is never the same from day to day. It can be sparked by different moments and different impulses, and I become more aware of that it's coming from somewhere out of my control. And I'm kind of being more attentive to when these moments happen, and it might just be some melody that pops into my head randomly. I'm on the street or I'm in the bathroom, and I'll either record it on my phone if I'm not at home, like a little voice memo, or if I'm here, I'll come straight to the piano and find the melody there and what key is that in, and okay, now I know what chords I can play with that. So this little spark can just start with a chord progression, and I'll try and get a little loop down, or like 8 bars, 16 bars, and then take that over to the computer. My method of operation is like piano, drums, bass line, maybe another instrument, and then some vocals on top.
I don't know what to say, just gotta keep on running, and I try to explain, feels like I wasted. What should I do now, cause I just feel violent? Yeah, what should I do whilst the sun's still shining? Turn off the news, could only try to find it. Then I escape, I haven't had that silence, and I wonder again.
So usually the process goes that I compose and arrange everything how I want it, and record drums and vocals, and I do all but zero production on it. I might just do a little bit of EQ, but I leave all of the production and the mixing to my brother, who's been into sound engineering and producing his own tracks. I will think I've got it to a point where, that sounds really nice. And then I give it to him and he sends it back a week later, and it's like almost not completely different, but takes it to another dimension.
Take off your won't let it happen now. No, it's everlasting because now you found the part. Try to imagine if you only could. Take go. You won't let it happen now. No, it's everlasting because now you found the part. Try to imagine if you only could imagine now.
Essentially, I'm writing the song for myself, and I want it to be music that I want to listen to. And that's usually a good thing to start from that point. Because if other people start entering your mind, then I think it can be a little, you can lose the direction or intention of it. Just to get the vocal melody in a song, it's just mumbling, and I'm like coming up with random lines, whatever's coming to my head. So, I set aside and I could let go when I said, and I might like pick up on this one or two proper words that I just said, like let go, and then it's like, all right, what am I letting go, or something like this, you know? I'll hear something and it'll be a nice starting point for me to actually think deeper about what I want to say.
Lonely for the roses, but in my ears, kinda clear, batting on my fist. Doesn't matter what the passion is, so far to go. At least it feels like I'm at home. Voice it out and try to tell me why I counts. I can't force, no follow shadows where my love would sink. No potions, slow motions, just refine what I need. And sometimes it's so incomplete. Lately it's not facing me, 'cause I don't get caught all up in my next door. Could you ready my soul? I won't let go. You never need a reason if you don't feel whole. Just hide down on a shadow my hope, and all the little pieces where I got no control. Could always change my mind.
Sometimes I'll feel unmotivated, and I will get into a headspace of criticizing myself for that. It's like, you want it to be the best it can be, obviously, but sometimes it's the case that this song that you're working on isn't your next release or doesn't make the album, and just accepting that fact that it's a process and that not all of your creative output is going to be the best you've ever done, you know. Maybe this is just practice when you're writing, you know. I think it's important to realize that you also have to practice that process and get used to finding your flow and what works and what doesn't. Music is something that is a shared experience with everyone. Everyone can relate to music. Everyone has some connection to it. I mean, obviously it's an expressive art form and it's also therapeutic for me. I get in touch with myself and I intentionally contact whatever's alive in me and what's alive around me. And yeah, trying to bring those things together, like unifying everything around me in the world and trying to let people relate to that. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how different I am as a person, comparing myself to 6 years ago or before I came to Germany. Sometimes when I reflect on it, it's like, wow, how did I get here? In a good way. It's like, good job. Yeah.
So when I started breathing out again, waking up, that's enough. Admit that I pretend, and I wait. It can take all day to contemplate that I'm not my next thought.